Internet, hello and welcome to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang Watchalong Drinkalong Extravaganza. I am very excited to be with you here today. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is not just one of my favorite Christmas movies, this is one of my favorite movies. So I thought it'd be really fun to do a holiday watch-along. We're a week out from Christmas. It is the week of Christmas, and like I said, this is one of my top 5 favorite movies ever in history of all cinema. So I'm really excited to get into it. I personally, you can drink or not, the choice is yours. No peer pressure, whatever your age group may be. I am going to be drinking during this extravaganza because it's Friday and we were going to do comic books and craft beer tonight, but instead of myself and Jenny seeing each other, we both acknowledged the crippling numbers of the pandemic, and even though we've been getting tested once a week, we felt it was irresponsible to gather, being that we don't live together. It seemed short-sighted with the craziness of California, so we can't wear masks and drink beer, so I've decided my beer for the week shall be with you all watching Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So the drinking rules I'm going to play include: when anyone drinks, any liquid; when anyone smokes, any substance; and whenever Christmas is a factor. If there's an auditory cue, if there's a visual cue, if there's an outfit cue, I'm gonna drink. I only have one beer with me, but I will presumably get up and grab another. I assume this will be a 2 or 3 beer game. I have not played this drinking game with this movie before, but I'm very excited to do so. That said, I also want to give you guys some of my thoughts and experiences of the film as we watch it. So I've seen this movie a number of times. Let's dive in. And again, apologies for pushing this twice this week. We're going to do it Wednesday and then Thursday, and all of the year-end wrap-up stuff really got away from me. I wanted to take next week off, and I've actually got like 4 different obligations, so I couldn't even escape for the week of Christmas, which is the way the world works. So let's dive into Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Spidey just got in my lap, so that means beers are going to be tricky. He's very excited. He's a little confused. A lot's going on. All right, I'll count us down. All right, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, loading PlayStation 4. I personally am watching it on Blu-ray. I am a physical media junkie. I think it's streaming on HBO Max. I know it's a Warner Brothers film, so check HBO Go, HBO Max. If you haven't found the film already, I assume it is on some form of HBO. Again, I'm watching it on Blu-ray. There is, to my knowledge, only one cut of the film. I've been surprised before. The great Jeff Lee taught me that there was another cut of A Knight's Tale during one of these, so I've been surprised. I do, however, know Shane, and I don't think there's another cut of this film in existence, or I would have begged him to see it many times over. That said, I do want for my next birthday the original Lethal Weapon 2 script. We'll talk about that. I'm sure that'll come up during the watch along here. The great Jeff Lee is in the chat, and he sure did educate me on A Knight's Tale. He sent me an extended cut I didn't know existed. He has that kind of power. All right. We've got some sweet, sweet saxophone-adjacent sounds loading up as this plays. Let me get to the root menu. Oh, it just auto-played. Well, that's shenanigans. I'm going to get it back to 0-0. And that way I can cue you guys up. All right. 5, 4. My mom's in the chat, too. Hi, Mom. 3, 2, 1, play. 1 second. 2 second, 3 second, Warner Brothers Warbly, Warner Brothers Beautiful Sound, saxophone adjacent. All right, we are watching one of the best films in the history of cinema, and easily one of the best Christmas films in the history of cinema. Away we go. This movie was made originally budgeted for $10 million. Shane had a super hard time getting the budget for it originally, and then went back to his Lethal Weapon cohort, Mr. Joel Silver, and being that the film had such a low budget, they were able to do quite a bit more in the way of creative freedom than they would have normally. It did go over budget to, I think, only $15 million. I mean, that's substantial. Go to for 10 to 15 because it's, you know, another 50%, but $15 million is nothing in any modern sense of money. All right, cracking beer with Spidey. Spidey doesn't get beer. He's only 6. I love the old sepia tone they use for the flashbacks, especially with Instagram using sepia quite a lot for people being nostalgic. There is a nostalgic-ness to sepia. This is probably also one of my most rewatched films, just me personally. Enjoyment-wise, the rewatchability is incredible. I think it's one of the best scripts ever written. It's Shane Black's directorial debut, which is really impressive considering he'd never directed anything, and this is a very taut thriller. Neo-noirs are not common, so very impressive that this is a directorial debut. But the writing is just pitch perfect. Joel Silver making it happen, responsible for a great many films you know and love. The Matrix, Lethal Weapon, well, a lot of films I know and love. Val Kilmer, first film post-Alexander. He played Colin Farrell's father in Alexander, and there's a great running Colin Farrell gag in this film. Unrelated, I doubt he wrote that gag, because I think Shane Black wrote that gag, being that he's the writer. He did lose 50 pounds very quickly to go from Alexander to this. One of the reasons I discovered this film was because of A Knight's Tale, another Jeff Lee reference. This is a small performance by Shannon Sossamon, and after I fell in love with her in A Knight's Tale, and because of my love of Lethal Weapon, I was like, wait a second, you're going to give me Shane Black and Shannon Sossamon? So it's funny, like, VK and Downey didn't really enter the equation when I saw this in theaters. It was to see Shannon Sossamon in a Shane Black movie. Currently at 2 minutes and 49 seconds at that moment. We're watching the opening credits. One of the co-producers on this film is Susan Downey, before she was Susan Downey. So they were, I think, just dating, and Joel Silver was working on Gothica with Robert Downey Jr., and Robert Downey Jr. Was not a hot commodity in town and wanted the part. And I think this film and Mel Gibson are the reason the MCU is as strong as it is. And that is a very controversial statement, but I think this was originally written for Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson wanted his buddy to have a great starring role, and between Shane loving Downey and Mel loving Downey and Joel loving Downey, it was given to him. And there's a lot of Mel-isms in this film between the wardrobe and some of the things and the timing. But this led to Iron Man, and I think we owe those three titans quite a bit for the MCU. Fun fact, this is a very dressed up Shane Black's house. Deep in his backyard, they added like an atrium and stuff. In my younger years, I used to do shindigs at Shane's. Yeah! Gay Perry, an incredible play on Paris, France. Gay Paris. Gay Perry. Brilliant. Also, one of, if not the first, very gay lead action star. I don't think that in 2005 there were a lot of those going on. Smoking, if you guys are playing along at home. I'm going to call this a Christmas reference. Why else you shopping? Christmas. So this was post Ally McBeal, right after Gothica. This was 3 years before Iron Man. It was not the time for a lead Downey Jr. movie, but I think this is his best performance. I think this is his best movie. I love this setup so much. Go Spit, of course, being a wonderful Murtaugh reference from the Lethal Weapon franchise. The self-awareness. I've also seen these actors in auditions. Sometimes they're great. I've also been at parties where cops, stop the party, and they've definitely were actors in another life. Perhaps 10 years earlier. The long game with why he's in LA is so perfect and so real. Hi, buddy. If you ever come to an LA party, if LA parties ever resume, this movie captures the flavor of an LA party far too accurately. We're less than 10 minutes in. We've met most of our leads very well. Great clip. As in pace, not scene. Great pace. Christmas reference. The advertisements for Iron Man 3 that were in the old Johnny Gossamer style, like the dime store novel style, it's so cool. If you guys haven't seen the Iron Man 3 poster, that is that. It's so great. Downey credits this as the reason he got Iron Man as well, so he fought to get Shane on a Marvel project, and Iron Man 3 written, produced, directed by Shane Black. One of the best, I think. Underappreciated Marvel. That was the one of the original titles of the Kiss Kiss was "You'll Never Die in This Town Again," which I think is very clever, but I don't think it would have sold well. Another one of the titles I think was LAPI Bang, like Los Angeles Private Eye Bang. LAPI Bang. But I think Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is solid. What's his name? Kirk Costner reference with Wonder Boy from what's that 90s movie? It's that reference, but Wonder Girl. Now, in reality, that apartment would be like $4,000 a month. Beachfront that size? LA parties. A Thor book. I've personally never gotten into that style of a book like the mystery novel, but so many of my favorite thinkers love them, so I really should. Maybe that'll be my 2021 quarantine. An unfortunate other side effect of LA parties. But Downey's here. I love noir dialogue, but neo-noir, like, use. It took me 3 watches of this before Gay Perry made sense to me as Gay Perry, and it's so good. Such a good joke. I will look into that, Jeff. Thank you. The mystery of this is also a solid rewatch. So looking back at the film, if you're watching this version with me, I assume you know the ending, but I love the early seeds planted. Important. Shane Black, uncredited writer on The Hunt for Red October. I love the amount of in-movie references to the problems, but it solves the cheesiness of it all. Oh, Spidey just knocked the remote off, so now I gotta get back to where I was. Spidey Cat, this is timed. It's a timing issue, Spidey. Or October car. There we go. I got to the one of the guy that beat the shit out of you is where I am now. Apologies. Blame Spidey. It's my favorite line in the film, and I could not begin to explain to you why. It just speaks to my sensibilities. Talking monkey. Crazy fucker only says ficus. There is a ficus in Iron Man 3 as a nod to this film. There's a ficus that Jon Favreau handles as a reference to Kiss Kiss. Spidey. Fun fact for the Flicka name, Flicka is girl in Swedish, and Flicka is also something with stewardessing. Like, you get supplies from a website that has Flicka. The name has got layers to it, besides just girl in Swedish. I wish Michelle Monaghan did more roles like this. She's so good here. This might be the least I talk in a watch-along because I love this film and its dialogue so much. Apologies. You know what I want Shane Black to write? A Deadpool movie. The fourth wall breaking awareness of movie making, his comic book sensibilities. I need a Shane Black Deadpool. That's what I need. It does worry me that my two favorite comedies are this dark. Between this and In Bruges, I don't laugh at what most people do, but that limits my comedies quite a bit. But when they sing to me, they sing to me. This movie's an A+ to me. It's 10 out of 10. Thank you, Jeff. It's perfect. Bars like this, especially the good luck room, the lucky room, there was a goddamn. There's a bar a lot like this down the street. I miss that. I don't like bars, but I miss themes. I don't know when we'll get them back. Oh, this jump cut is exceptional. This watch along might be Coy watches Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I do apologize. When Michael McCarstle, who this watch along is for, watches this later and sees me watching this, I apologize for the lack of commentary because I'm just experiencing Michael. Foreshadowing to later, important foreshadowing. There's also some great auditory, like, song foreshadowing later in the movie. See, all of this jacket, the smoking, like, this flavor is why I think this was originally a Mel Gibson concept. Especially in 2005, he was just off of, like, What Women Want and stuff. I feel like it was going to be a Mel Gibson and Shane Black collabo, and then they encouraged Downey, which worked out. And I think this is what got us Tropic Thunder and Iron Man and the entire career now. Like, they'd worked out for the best. I'm assuming that's what the idea was. I love that this is broken into chapters like a book, like a noir novel. Oh, I miss Val Kilmer killing it like this. The mystery elements of this movie are so good, and you're so distracted by the comedy, you don't realize how much exposition is coming at you. Like, the writing is so perfect. It's so dense. This movie's only an hour and 45 minutes. It gets across so much. Mile a minute snark. (2005) video technology. Now that this movie exists in this way, I can't imagine anyone else in the Downey part. Or the Val part. Johnny Knoxville was originally attached to the Downey part, and there was a ton of actors attached to Val Kilmer's part. But there's no one else but them to me. I'm trying to look through water like it's a book. It's epic. There's got to be like a breakdown, every line of dialogue being so important. This has to be one of the top. It's incredible. Like every single line. This movie is so slept on. Langley and Neely in the chat. Hello, Mr. Langley. I have a legit crazy pitch for a sequel crossover of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and the Nice Guys. A case spanning 45 years with RDJ Kilmer and Robert Redford as elderly Gosling in present day, with Gosling and Crowe in the 70s beginning the decade spanning case, and that cost Crowe's character his life. Dude, sign me up. The Nice Bang Bang. The Kiss Kiss Nice Guys. That's a different genre. Yes, I want it. hesitate to call. Oh, Langley's calling it Nice Guys Kiss Last. Excellent title, Langley and Neely. I had this phone in 2004, by the way. I had this exact phone. My mom can vouch. Mom, remember that little Ericsson, tiny? That's the phone. Personal moment. That was my first phone. I just remember. My mom says, yes, I remember. Heck, I probably still have it here somewhere. That was my phone I had in like junior year when I was working at a Showcase Cinemas. When this played. I had the phone when this played at my theater. Oh, man. All right, guys. There's a beer commercial. They're going to be drinking beer. I'm going to grab my second one. The community extra that shows up and everything was just in that shot. Listen to that voice. Listen to the bear. Lawrence Fishburne. That bear was Lawrence Fishburne. God damn the script. Oh! Wetter than Drew Barrymore at a grunge club. The way, if this movie can put all those pop culture references in, Shane Black Deadpool, man. Tom Dylan McAvoy, I've blown his mind. Lawrence Fishburne's the bear. That's why I'm here. For those moments. My Friend Flicka, a popular show, a popular adjacent show. Another reference. All of the detective work. They're giving us the clues, but we're so distracted by the comedy and the story. Like any good noir novel, all the clues are right there. I think they're staying at the Standard, and I think the Standard's rooms still look exactly like that. Dude, Tom, Dylan, if you ever find a Harry or Perry Christmas sweater, you send me that link. You send it to me right away. This is, I think, in my top 5, the most underappreciated movie. Where are you, fuzzy little bitch? This moment is... important and well delivered. Both of their characters evolve, comedy ensues, world building, trust, screenwriting. Shane Black was the #1 the most money screenwriter with Lethal Weapon, and that was actually probably part of the problem in selling the script. There's a reason. Fawn! Oh, it's so good. My mom is making Baby Yoda legs, and Tom, I agree with you. You and I agree on this film in many ways. The revolver bluff paired with the lake scene are a masterclass in screenwriting and flawless comedic execution from both RDJ and Kilmer, 100%. And he got his gun back. Double noir bluff. the Standard. Great hotel. This is like 3 miles from where I live. I love this city. It's full of this. This is a reference to a scene from The Saint where Val Kilmer kisses Elizabeth Shue and says, kiss me, and that distracts from a similar situation. So a great The Saint reference by Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. Also, the physical comedy, goddamn, perfect. Val Kilmer should have done 20 more comedies. For those of you just joining us, I've apologized a couple times. This is a watch-along where I'm way too enwrapped in the movie, but trying to give fun facts I know about the film while watching it, but really just enjoying it. So this is like a Coy Drinkalong reaction video. This is brought to you by Michael McCarstle, one of the great patrons of my Patreon, and we're on Day 3, Section 3, Chapter 3. Such great writing. And the background, I never noticed that God, beautiful work. Beautiful work. I've seen this film 40 times and I notice new shit. Layers. Oh shit. Unrelated. I've been in that little mushroom thing, and I didn't realize that I'd seen this in a movie before. This is also Coy watches Kiss Kiss Bang Bang now living in LA. If anyone in the comments or chat has any buddy cop recommendations of this caliber, let me know. Merry Christmas. Because to me, Lethal Weapon, Kiss Kiss, nice guys. There's nothing... Novak, a reference to Novak of, what's her name? The actress with the last name Novak, which is a frequent framing device in this film. I do like Lucky Number 11. That's a solid film. I never don't enjoy watching this movie. God damn, it's good. Foreshadowing to this moment. And this is how we keep the characters together. People drinking at home, Christmas hat. Robert Downey Jr. used to do movement art, much like these people at parties, to practice and perform between things. So beautiful symmetry. That was almost the title, LAPF. Bang! I miss weird art parties. The dodge! Obedient little bitches too. AJ Lancaster, one of his top 10 comedies. Welcome for the moment, AJ. We will catch you on the replay, good sir. The actor that the plot thickens. MacArthur Park is one of the sketchiest of all neighborhoods in Los Angeles, for those not from here. So these, obviously, if you've seen the film, the two guys that were at the car earlier, they were also in the background of the apartment scene earlier. If you watch before they cut back and forth, you see them in the background. Ike, Mike, and Mustard is a dirty joke from the 60s. all one case. Shannon Sossaman. Choki's just so violent. My mom in the chat says, Shannon, your high school crush. And now I tell her kids about the best Spider-Man comics to read because they're getting into late elementary school age because life's normal. Shannon's the best. I also, coincidentally enough, met Michelle Monaghan at an art gallery, not as weird as the ones in this film, but it was a very LA experience, and we talked about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and it was very life imitating art, imitating life. Imitating art? I've been drinking. The food truck guy! Now, we're an hour and 10 minutes into a Shane Black film. That is the first gunfire, really. The man should do more. More Shane Black films, is what I'm saying. More writing, more directing. And this coincidence convenience works for me because the door was open and there were keys in the ignition. This is beautiful. It's very Dime Store novel coincidence. It's perfect. If at any point I can sit down with Robert Downey Jr., I don't think I open with Iron Man conversations. I want to talk with Downey about this movie. Like, so much more than Iron Man. And I talk about comics for a living. This movie is perfect. Also, the set design of this film is incredible. Every one of their houses looks like they'd lived there character-wise. And I think smaller budget film does a really good job with that. All of their houses are too big, but that's filmmaking. Like, this would be a $4,000, $5,000 a month home. But, like, that's the style of the character. I love it. Directorial debut. When the movie needs to be serious, it slows, it changes tonality, it adjusts the score. It's wonderful. Like, her death was impactful. We never heard her speak on camera. Like, we never saw her mouth moving. It was all VO, and then, like, her walking. We cared about her death, and then this scene, it's just masterful. I cannot imagine pitching the sequence. That is why the man is one of the most bankable actors in town. That is emotion, man. In 10 seconds. You just give a shit about him, man. Reconcilement is a word I've used, and English is an organic growing language. So, about 5 years ago, there was that trend of like which movie characters add up to you, and I had William Thatcher from A Knight's Tale, Harry Lockhart from Kiss Kiss, and Brody Bruce from Mallrats, I think are who I am. I love his tag out. I love the disheveled Harry Lockhart. Every scene is a masterclass. Every scene should be every actor's favorite scene in their class. Like, people should be doing autopsies on this film to grab its pieces to perform. It's perfect. Also, the way they like build tension between the two of them is so perfect, and like his impossible, earnest appreciation slash like squirreliness, so endearing. I love how much he cares. It's so wonderful. Like the touching the boob is a biggie. This is Harry Lockhart gives all the shits. I love that this could be the third act moment if it were another film, and then what sets it off was set up in the first act of the film, leading into this third act. Beautifully done. Chutney! And that's how you have the opening of the third act, or into the third act, that's sad to build up. That is what is supposed to be the tone, and it's wonderful. On that note, I'm going to grab my third beer. And we're back. It is almost a 4-act film instead of a 3rd-act film. That's interesting. Like plays have 5 acts, and with the denouement, I guess this could be like a 5-act structure, but it's kind of a blend between a 3-act structure and a 4-act structure. Oh, this should have done better in theaters. So this only made, it cost 10. Well, it was budgeted at 10, cost 15, and then it made 15.6 in domestic. So it did not clear budget plus marketing, which is a real shame. Internationally it did, and it's done gangbusters on home video. So it's definitely made its money back. This should be played in theaters yearly. Christmas movie. Let's also appreciate that only 15 years ago that was the quality of photo taken. A consistent trope of Shane Black films is disarming because people don't handle guns well in action movies. I love how intelligent the script is, like the adverb, the ambiguous. One of the only quoted things from this film, because more people haven't seen it. Watching me laugh at it isn't the proper way to see it, but hopefully my posting this on my page will bring people to watch it. Watch this. Foreshadowing for the end of the film, the I will survive and they all live. Funny. This was also in the era of bringbacks like that. I also love that, like, gay Perry's always 5 steps ahead of Harry. An actual detective. Christmas. Unmarked henchman. I also love how much Shane Black loves Los Angeles. Suspension of disbelief. She's better than she would be. Audience. But his song, when it rang, said, "I will survive." His phone said it. Shane Black, third act, ties it all together. Oh! Magic hands! Preposterously perfect. And much like the meta use of time earlier and flashback, it works because of a dialogue like that. And we get our Riggs moment. And the weirdest police report in history. Denouement. It acknowledges the theatrical audience, and it needed a theatrical audience. The studio got mad at Lethal Weapon and Long Kiss Goodnight, so that is a nod to Shane Black's entire career, because Lethal Weapon 2 was going to kill Riggs, and they made him rewrite, etc. So I love that Shane referenced his own studio notes. Big Bear, great day trip. The unbelievability of having Val back, and then you tank us with the emotional through line. The only time you notice that Val Kilmer is substantially smaller than Val Kilmer. Oh, what a fucking perfect movie. Drama comedy, man. Lawrence Fishburne, he's back. It's fucking amazing. I love this sequence. This now would be a post-credit scene, but it's a pre-credit scene. If you wonder what a perfect comedy looks like, what a great drama looks like, what a perfect neo-noir looks like, what a great mystery looks like, I love that movie. I hope you enjoyed the experience of me loving that movie publicly. I apologize to anyone that wanted more talking. I gave the fun facts that I remembered while being wrapped in the dialogue experience. This, I think, is one of the best alternative Christmas films. Like, there's lots of movies that take place around Christmas. This movie takes place during Christmas, but is a completely different flavor. You have your traditional claymation films. You've got your Elf. You've got your Christmas Story, but you've also got things like this and Lethal Weapon that really allow for everyone to be happy on Christmas. So I want you, dear viewer, to have a very Merry Christmas. This is also a very outside-the-box Christmas. We're all a bit distant from our families. We're all not able to have what we might normally have for Christmas, but we're all making do. So I want to thank Michael McCarstle, the patron on Patreon. Patreon's the place. Patron is the person. Drinking plus verbiage. I want to thank Michael McCarstle, who is the reason these watch-alongs happen. I want to thank him very much. I want to thank all of my patrons for everything. You guys helped me exist this year. I want to thank everyone that was in the chat, from my mom to Jeff Lee to AJ Lancaster to Tom Dylan McAvoy to McAvoy, who knows, maybe he's related to James, to Langley and Neely and more. Thank you guys all so very much. I'm going to wrap this up because I've got more work to do, and I'm hoping to take some time off for Christmas next week. So have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. No matter what, happy day off. And appreciate the moment while we have it. If you've made it to this far in the video, thank you for watching. I love this movie. It's one of my top 5 of all time. I think that's how you do drama, comedy, action, thriller. I think that's how it's done. So that's all I have to say. I appreciate you, dear viewer, for watching this. If you're a patron, thank you. If you're not a patron, I do once a month watch-alongs. I do reviews. I do commentary on comic books. I do ratings on comics and movies and all sorts of stuff. There's a Discord. There's a patron-only podcast. There's lots of stuff. If you're interested, check it out. Coy-Jandreau on Patreon. And if not, thanks for being here. I appreciate you, no matter what you're watching this for. If you're just a fan of Shane's, fuck yeah, he's a great guy. If you're a fan of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, fuck yeah, you got good taste. There's the end of the credits. All right, we're gonna end it there. I will see you guys next time, and I will see you in the new year, and I will see you on Christmas. If you're in the Koi Pond, we're gonna do a Christmas stream talking about our favorite Christmas movies, including this one, and then on New Year's Eve talking about a 2020 wrap-up. So the next time I'm streaming will be on Christmas Day, talking about Christmas goodness. I will be dropping a Miracle on 34th Street review, probably on Christmas Eve, however, and then New Year's, we're going to do a big old wrap-up. So you can also probably expect a Wonder Woman video for Collider Movie Club very, very soon, probably next week. All right, that's going to do it for all of the content, and I appreciate you all very much. I loved watching this with you. I will see you soon. Watch good movies, make cool shit. Call your family, tell them you love them. All right, bye guys.